Most people think be still and know that I am God means sit quietly in a room and wait for God to speak. It doesn't. Psalm 46:10 is not about meditation. It's not about silence, and it's definitely not about doing nothing. It's a battlefield command. When the psalmist wrote these words, nations were raging, kingdoms were falling, the earth itself was giving way. And into that chaos, God speaks, "Be still." But the Hebrew word doesn't mean be quiet. It means stop striving, drop your weapons, let go of the fight you were never meant to win. Psalm 46 was written by the sons of Korah, worship leaders in the temple, and they opened with chaos. Nations are in an uproar, kingdoms fall. This isn't a quiet morning devotion, this is war, political collapse, mountains crumbling into the sea. 3 times the psalmist declares that God is a refuge, a fortress, a very present help in trouble. 3 times. Before God ever says be still, he establishes who he is. He doesn't open with the command, he opens with the character. That's the order. Most people flip it. They try to be still first, hoping God will show up. But stillness without knowing who God is, that's just anxiety with your eyes closed. The stillness only works because the refuge is already there. The phrase, be still, translates from the Hebrew word Raphah. It means to let drop, to abandon, to release your grip, to sink down. It's the same word used when soldiers drop their swords after a battle they cannot win. The same word used when a hand that's been holding on for dear life finally lets go. It's not peaceful, it's surrender. Here's what makes this even harder. Raphah is a command, it's not a suggestion. God isn't saying, if you feel like it, maybe try being still. He's giving an order. Stop fighting what I've already handled. Stop wrestling with what I never asked you to carry. Drop it. And then, no. The Hebrew word for no here is yada. It's not intellectual, it's not head knowledge. It's the same word used for the most personal, intimate, relational knowing that exists. It's the word used when Adam knew Eve and they conceived. It's the word used throughout Scripture to describe the deepest possible connection. God isn't asking you to understand him, he's asking you to know him, the way you know someone you've walked through fire with. That changes everything about this verse. There are 3 stages in this verse most people never see. Stage 1, the acknowledgement. You have to admit you're striving. Most believers don't even recognize it. They call it being diligent, being responsible, being a good steward. But here's how you know the difference. Diligence brings peace even in hard work. Striving brings anxiety even when you stop. If your prayer life is panic dressed up in religious language, you're not trusting, you're striving. You're fighting a battle God never handed you. Stage 2, the release. This is the hardest one. Letting go feels like giving up. It feels irresponsible. It feels like failure. But think about it. When the Israelites stood at the Red Sea with Pharaoh's army closing in, what did Moses tell them? Stand still and see the salvation of the Lord. Not fight harder, not figure it out. Stand still. Sometimes God allows the chaos specifically so you'll run out of options. Because only when you drop your weapons do you see he was fighting for you the entire time. Stage 3, the knowing. This is where the peace comes. Not from your circumstances changing, not from the storm stopping, but from the unshakable certainty that he is God and you are not. That's the stillness. It's not the absence of noise, it's the presence of knowing. And once you've tasted stage 3, you'll never be satisfied with stage 1 again. Psalm 46:10 ends with a declaration. I will be exalted among the nations. I will be exalted in the earth. God doesn't say be still and leave you hanging. He follows the command with a promise. He will be glorified, with or without your striving. Your panic doesn't speed God up. Your peace doesn't slow him down. He's going to do what he said he would do. The only question is whether you'll exhaust yourself trying to help him or rest in the knowing. Right now, someone watching this is in stage 1. You're exhausted. You've been spinning plates, managing crises, running on fumes, and telling yourself it's faith. But faith doesn't white-knuckle the steering wheel. Faith lets go of what it can't control and trusts the one who can. If you're in stage 2, you know exactly what you need to release. Hear this. The thing you're afraid to let go of is the very thing keeping you from what God has next. So here's the real question. What are you still holding on to? What battle are you fighting that God never asked you to enter? Drop it. Not tomorrow, not when things calm down, not when you feel ready. Now. Because the stillness you're looking for isn't in a quiet room. It's in the release. And once you let go, you'll finally understand what it means to know. Not to believe, not to hope, not to wish, to know. Time is telling.